Right now at 10, capping insulin prices. That's the goal of a new bill proposed by two Cooley Region Democrats. And stepping up to stop violence. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and one local nonprofit is doing their part to turn awareness into action. Plus, Oktoberfest history. The festival just days away, and past members of the royal family today sharing that history with the greater public.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. 1 out of 5 women will be physically assaulted by her partner. That's according to New Horizons Shelter and Outreach Centers in La Crosse and Trempealeau County. The nonprofit tonight is getting a head start on Domestic Violence Awareness Month with an info session to raise awareness. Representatives from the nonprofit met with the Trempealeau County Board tonight with a message to the community at large to step up and stop violence. The nonprofit's executive director says their Trempealeau County office fills a special need because there are more abuse victims in rural counties. And going before the board, she says, turns awareness into action.
It takes all of us to stand up and end the violence. We need to speak out when we see something happening. We need to let people know that there are free and confidential services and encourage them and stand by those persons that might be in an abusive situation.
New Horizons offers free and confidential services to victims and survivors of domestic abuse in La Crosse and Trempealeau counties. Kapoff says their rural office is the only domestic violence service in all of Trempealeau County. $9,000. That's how much Crawford County Emergency Management is getting for a brand new suitcase. But it's a suitcase that officials say is a game changer for responding to a crisis. The department won a grant to buy a suitcase repeater. It's a device officials use to boost communication range between different agencies. Officials say they found it hard to communicate with other jurisdictions during the DeSoto train derailment earlier this year. Emergency Management Director Jim Hackett says this suitcase repeater will strengthen their resiliency during a future emergency. If you were determined to be ineligible for Medicaid during the renewal process, you might be getting your coverage back. Up to 4,000 Wisconsinites will have their Medicaid coverage reinstated after federal officials identified an error in the state's automatic renewal system. The issue affected people who were eligible at the individual level for coverage, but were denied renewal because of the eligibility of someone else in the household. But even with the correction, tens of thousands of Wisconsinites have lost their Medicaid coverage in the last few months. That's because the annual renewal process started again in June following a 3-year pause on the system because of the COVID pandemic. There's been a number of measures introduced nationally to help people living with diabetes offset the cost of insulin. But some people can still end up paying as much as $6,000 a year for their prescription. As Michael Germain reports, Wisconsin Democrats want to provide some cost relief with a new bill.
37 million Americans have diabetes. And sadly, up to 8 million are undiagnosed.
With the price of insulin on the rise, it's little wonder many folks here in Wisconsin struggle paying for their prescriptions.
As we know, the high cost of prescription drug places a substantial financial burden on all Wisconsin families. And one of those prescription drugs is insulin.
That's why State Representative Jill Billings and Senator Brad Pfaff made a stop in La Crosse today, introducing legislation that would cap the price of insulin at $35 for those who receive insurance through state-regulated health insurance plans, as well as through the individual market.
We need to make sure that individuals like my son Andrew and everyone else that have diabetes or are diagnosed with diabetes, that they can fight this disease and that they have medication that is affordable.
The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 put a $35 cap on insulin for people on Medicare over the age of 65. The Affordable Insulin Now Act would do the same for private group and individual insurance plans, but those measures don't cover everyone.
We know this is important in Wisconsin because an estimated 7.4% of Wisconsinites aged 18 and older are diagnosed with diabetes. These are important people in our lives. These are important people in our society.
For local nonprofit clinic St. Clair Health Mission, pharmaceutical costs are their largest expense.
They have to stay with us, even though they get much higher quality care at Gunderson or at Mayo, but they can't afford the $2,000, $3,000, even $1,000 in medications every year. So that's why we think this is such an important bill.
It's not a new idea. Wisconsin will be joining 22 other states that have also introduced legislation capping their insulin prices.
It's unclear, though, how this bill will fare in the state legislature. Well, the Coulee region certainly saw some rain totals, and we will get to that in just a bit. But first, I was mesmerized by our CityCam 8 sunset, and Greg's got it for you. In case you didn't step outside today, just look at that.
Yeah, it just happened right after the line of showers and thunderstorms came through. So we definitely had the sunlight really lit the sky on fire, too. We captured that just briefly. It only lasted probably about 15 minutes before the sun actually went down, too. So that was the nice thing, but we did have quite a bit of rain, and we still got a lot of it going on, mainly east of La Crosse up to Eau Claire down to Richland County. There's some reports down there even up 2 inches near Reedstown, or even more than that too. So some areas, especially the interstate, are still getting it. But for La Crosse, really, it's just a little bit of showers to the east, but it's beginning to pull back. We'll see more of that, but overall, just really cloudy conditions going on right now. Eau Claire continues to see some light to moderate rainfall. They've seen it all evening long. They're up to over 8/10, so quite a bit if you're along the interstate. It's going to be a wet commute. There's your rain totals. Note, like I said, Reedstown is like over 2.5 inches, in some areas over 1.5. So quite a bit of rainfall. All of it due to that upper level low, as we said, that's been spinning south of Twin Cities, beginning to drift south. It'll continue to produce showers and thunderstorms. What we're looking at for tomorrow morning could be a wet morning commute for some, and that'll continue for the lunch hour. We'll get up to about 66 at noon. Once again, something to keep in mind of. Otherwise, going on to the future, we got wet through Wednesday, but the climbing through 80s. And the good news is it's going to be dry this weekend, and we should be in the 80s.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Greg. Lower half of car seats are not installed properly. That's according to one of Gunderson Health System's injury prevention specialists. Gunderson helped a few local parents check their car seats today. The health system says when car seats are used properly, it reduces the risk of death by 71%. But learning how to install and use a car seat can be confusing. Well, Gunderson's injury prevention specialists say a technician can make sure everything with your car seat is good to go.
Car seat checks are a great way for caregivers to just come and kind of learn a little bit more about their car seat in particular, how to install it in their vehicle. All vehicles and car seats are different.
Gunderson will be hosting free car seat checks on the first Thursday of each month starting in October. We'll have more information on those events on all of our digital platforms. Deciding what you want to do after high school can be a difficult choice. High school juniors from around the Coulee region got the chance to connect their interests with potential careers today at the La Crosse Center. Students broke into different groups to hear from 27 career experts and over 70 post-secondary schools. The experts represented a variety of different fields, including education, public safety, and broadcasting. 2 students at the fair say it was a good way to see the variety of jobs in the area.
It gives us students a better look at what's all out there and what different opportunities we have.
I think a career fair like this is a great opportunity to explore our options, especially in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
More than 1,600 juniors from 27 schools attended today's expo. To get everyone in the Das Best spirit, the La Crosse Public Library held a History of Oktoberfest event today. Past Oktoberfest royal family members gave a presentation about the history of La Crosse's major festival. They shared the roots of Oktoberfest and how the traditions have changed over the years. Last year's Festmaster says he was surprised at the amount of events the Oktoberfest family does each year.
We do Oktoberfest and the various parts of the Oktoberfest family. Does over 100 events annually throughout the Coulee region, but also very locally. And they donate back tens of thousands of dollars to charitable groups that help put on Fest.
Pratt added that Oktoberfest is an event for the whole family. And this year, the festival kicking off with the Festmasters Ball on Wednesday night. And the La Crosse Police Department wants to make sure Oktoberfest is enjoyed safely by all. Today, they're sharing a page they've made dedicated to that goal. The At Your Best at Oktoberfest page has details about things like the 3rd Street aid station, as well as parking options. There's also a list of relevant laws and the fines associated with breaking such laws. We've got a link to that on our website and all of our platforms. And still ahead this month, Hometown Hero. During a multi-day forest fire, a Monroe County fire chief's split-second decision ended up saving lives.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are fresh ground beef, just $2.98 for a 1-pound roll. Honeycrisp apples, just $1.88 a pound. And Hy-Vee tomato or chicken noodle soup, just 48 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
It's the Bobby Bones Show. Wake up to friends every single morning. Amy is honest.
You train like you're a professional athlete.
You never know when I'm going to get the call into the big leagues.
Yeah, but how old are you?
Bobby and I are such good friends that if I need to check in, I'm not scared to do it.
Garth Brooks, #1.
I disagree. It's George Strait.
It's just a lot of fun every single morning.
Yes, we have amazing chemistry together.
I agree with that 100%. Come hang with us. Join me, Bobby Bones, every weekday morning starting at 6 on Kicks 106.3.
At Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, we know the Cooley region's weather is unpredictable. 40 degrees today, 75 tomorrow. Is your HVAC system fully prepared to effectively handle the stresses of the next season? Beat the inevitable rush and schedule your HVAC clean and check today. Be confident your air conditioning unit and furnace will work when you need it. Call Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train.
Your trained comfort specialist, Bagnevsky. This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are bone-in pork shoulder roast, just $1.68 a pound. Coke products or AHA, just $4.99 each when you buy 3. And Lunchables or P3, just $1.48. Only at Hy-Vee.
About 5 months ago, a wildfire in Monroe County burned for 3 days. A Town of Lincoln fire chief made sure his community was prepared. News 8 Now's Dua Israr introduces us to September's Hometown Hero.
Hometown Heroes is brought to you by the Board Store Home Improvements.
This moment,
the Hometown Hero program?
this honor,
You're it?
is all because of a split-second decision.
What could be the largest wildfire in a decade is burning northeast of Fort McCoy into areas of Monroe County near the border of Jackson County.
Smoke thicken, start to come down on us, ash starts falling on us. I mean, you can hear trees breaking and then you see the flames, so you know it's coming at us.
The Arcadia fire burned through roughly 3,000 acres. The Town of Lincoln Fire Department wasn't paged to the fire, but Fire Chief Mike Morphy and his crew responded to the scene.
I'm going to be responsible for each of their lives.
Morphy and the fire department set down wet lines, a water supply, and evacuated a dozen homes.
You remember when we were scared, right? We didn't know what was going to happen to our home.
Morphy stayed at the scene for nearly 24 hours.
I wasn't leaving until the houses were no longer in danger.
Firefighters say the fire could have taken lives if it wasn't for Morphy.
If he didn't make the call he did on when we needed to go, where we went, there's homes that wouldn't be there anymore.
For Morphy, it's a team effort.
They do a really good job when they do respond, and it makes this job easier.
That split-second decision made with the safety of his community in mind. Reporting in Warren's, Dua Israr, News 8 Now.
And what a commitment to his community indeed. Mike nominated by his community 22 times. Congratulations to him. Still ahead, a $30 million dome could reshape what we know about renewable energy sources. And it's coming to Wisconsin. But will it have the potential to lower some energy bills? Got the details in just a bit.
We got weather through Wednesday, but the good news is for your weekend in Oktoberfest is we got warm and dry conditions. I'll break all that down coming up later on weather.
At Stanton Optical, you can stop waiting forever for an appointment. Same-day eye exams and walk-ins are always available. I wish other things would happen as fast. Get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
I'm Jim, and I'm a patient at Grand River Dental. Basically, I've had 3 teeth replaced completely. I've got 1 to go, and they did repair work on several teeth. This is the most comfortable I've ever been in a dentist office. When they've finished removing a tooth, it's like, hey, we're done. We've got it all out. And I thought, wow, it's all over with. Can't hardly believe this.
At Batteries Plus, we bring power to your life.
Extreme heat is tough on your car battery. If you're not sure how much life is left in your car or truck battery, visit us for a free battery test today.
Hey Nick, like usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
G&T, the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners get $4,250 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Visit HometownChevy.com.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by
Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of Progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Don't be tricked by sales and free stuff. Better products at better prices on all your home improvements during the 2023 Fall Home Show at the Board Store Home Improvements. Don't miss it.
Wisconsin could soon be home to a first-of-its-kind sustainable energy source. Alliant Energy says the $30 million Energy Dome will be a reliable and cost-effective solution to lowering human emissions. An Italian company designed this thing. It'll store CO2 gas inside, compress it into a liquid, and then back into a gas. That discharge process is what Alliant says will help power our grid in the future. Alliant's engineering director says while other renewable sources like wind and solar have times they can't generate power, this system won't have that issue.
The process only uses 2 thermodynamic changes, so it's a reliable and cost-effective and simple solution.
Alliant's goal is to one day achieve net carbon emissions, and this one would be built south of Portage. All right, we've had some areas in our southern communities experience some pretty heavy rainfall. Let's get the latest from Greg.
Yeah, we did. Definitely some areas have pushed 2.5 inches, even that. But we do have some warm air coming on, and that is the good news for the weekend, at least the second half of this week. Unfortunately, we got to get through the next wet days, which are likely lingering until Wednesday. So that's what we're looking at right now, but this is the indication that we do have a pattern change coming up probably by Thursday, more likely Friday. But we still got scattered showers and thunderstorms coming through tonight and tomorrow, off and on. Coverage a little bit less tomorrow, even lesser on Wednesday, but still you'll see those showers. And then it does look dry Friday through about next Monday, could be next Tuesday too. Along with that, the temperatures right around 70. Like I said, average right now is the upper 60s. We do have the 80s coming in. That'll be probably Friday through Monday, maybe lingering into Tuesday. And then next week towards the tail end, we start cooling back down to where we should be. So it is going to be a nice little warm up once we get rid of the rain. Right now, still this area, this line really that has developed across basically the interstate down to Viroqua, Sparta, Volksfield, all the way down to the Dells is beginning to lift northeast. That's going to begin the weekend, but it's going to be pulling back some precipitation basically to the La Crosse area. So I still think we'll see hit and miss overnight. The bulk of it will probably stay Eau Claire down to Sparta, kind of staying in that same area. And as you wake up tomorrow morning, you can see it begin to expand a little bit east. We have some activity that begins to approach Winona into La Crosse. So once again, it could be a wet morning commute for some. I think the interstates will be probably more hit harder than some of the other areas. And as we go later in the morning, you can see this band begins to expand even further west. So I think activity will definitely start increasing after 9, and then it's just like a hit and miss showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon hour once again. So it's going to be an all-day, not an all-day rain, but definitely going to see periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially as we go afternoon. But one thing to notice is Eau Claire southward, that's really where it's going to see more. But if you go north of Eau Claire, you're starting to see less and less of the showers by tomorrow afternoon. And this will be the pattern as we go into tomorrow evening. And even 9 to 10, you see really there's not a lot compared to what we saw this evening. We're going to see less and less. So that is going to be the trend. It'll still be a wet evening commute for a lot. but I think by this time tomorrow night, a lot of the activity will be just a little bit of showers here and there. Big picture shows really it's that low that continues to spin here, really just to our southwest. It's going to continue to open up and begin to push south, but it's going to take its time. We're going from Wednesday until eventually Thursday, we start to see it push off to the east, and you see downstream, we've got pretty much clear skies beginning to push in. That is the high pressure that's going to be built in, but it will take some time until we get to Thursday. And really, this weekend, the storm track lifts north, southerly winds behind it. That means we're going to have nice, warm, and dry conditions pretty much all weekend long until we get to early next week. So that's the positive news we got coming. Unfortunately, we just got to get through Wednesday. Significant rainfall. This is still yet to come. We could still pick up another 1/2 to 1 inch in many of the areas, and something to keep in mind of. But for tonight, just showers and thunderstorms. Once again, it'll be some breaks in there, but overall getting down to the low 60s. That's fairly mild for this time of year. And as we go to tomorrow, we're going to get up around 70 if we're there. Once again, on and off showers and thunderstorms. You'll have to beat that all day long until this evening, until tomorrow evening, until we start seeing a little bit decrease in the activity. The good news is once we get past that, some showers Wednesday, and then we dry and climb right back up to the low 80s for the weekend, and that does look to be nice. It should continue potentially till early next week too. So it's going to be a nice stretch of weather, but the rainfall we needed, maybe not quite this much at this time of the year, though.
Sure. All right, Greg Barnhart with the latest. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the green and gold got it done on Sunday. Plus, the fall sports season already winding down. Can't believe it. 2 conference rivals clashing on the court tonight at Luther. Rob is in next.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Always know who's at your door with a smart video doorbell from Fight Electric. See live video on your phone or smart device from anywhere. Right now, only $49.99 after rebate. October is Fire Prevention Month, and Kidde Home Safety products help keep your family safe for when it matters most. Pick up a 10-year sealed battery smoke alarm for only $17.97 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
With fall approaching, now is the right time to get your new energy-efficient windows from your home improvement company. We're offering 50% off all windows. Call now to get 0 interest and 0 payments until 2025. Our team of trained and certified professionals will ensure your project is done right the first time. Like the warm weather, this deal won't last forever, so call today or go online to schedule your free consultation and get 50% off your new energy-efficient windows. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
Everything is getting smarter. Good thing your Touchstone Energy Cooperative has the knowledge and expertise to help you make smarter work harder. Today, there are more ways than ever to make your world more energy efficient, and we can show you how. Take the next step to go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Ford. You see the name driving down almost every road in America. But you'll also find it in other places. On the grip of hammers raising homes, in toy boxes, and classrooms. Because over 2,900 Ford dealerships nationwide means more people serving more communities like yours for more than 120 years. Ford, we are all in on America.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
We're coming down the final stretch of the fall sports season. Most of our area teams are back in action tomorrow night, but we had a big conference clash on the court tonight at Luther High School. Let's head out that way. Knights at home hosting GET. 2 Cooley Conference foes going at it. Red Hawks coming out red hot. Picked this one up in the first. GET up big. Faith Bennett drops this one in to put the Red Hawks up 8. Then later in the set, Knights trailing by 12. Belamatsky with the blast to keep the home team alive, but the Red Hawks running away with this one. Smart play here by Amanda Pearson, finding an empty spot on the floor. GET takes the first set 25-13. Second set, different story. Knights lock in. Kayla Scheibel skies for the spike. Luther up 4. Then later in the set, perfect setup for Iselin Hagedorn, who takes care of the rest. Knights go up by 10. They dominate the second set 25-8. This one would go to 5. It's the home team hanging on. Knights win it 3-2. Big night for Minnesota volleyball tomorrow. Mabel Canton's 24-1 on the year. Cougars are at home hosting Schaefer Academy. Right behind them is Spring Grove. The Lions will be in Houston tomorrow night to take on the Hurricanes. Well, what a tale of 2 weeks. Last Sunday, the Packers had a win basically ripped away in the fourth quarter as the Falcons scored 13 unanswered to steal a victory in Atlanta. As for yesterday, a completely different story. Packers being shut out into the fourth in their home opener. Jordan Love going to Patrick Taylor, but that's nowhere near him. He said after the game there was a little bit of a miscommunication between the two. Then with 11 minutes to go, Green and Gold finally on the board. 38-yard field goal makes it a 14-point game. Later on, Love keeps it himself into the end zone for the touchdown. Packers go for 2, get it. It cuts it to 6. 3 minutes to play now. Packers need a score. Love taking a shot. It's the rookie, Jayden Reed, laying out for the grab. Incredible catch. Green Bay on the move. That sets up this. Love, back shoulder fade. Romeo Doubs. Unbelievable catch of the day. Packers score 18 unanswered in the fourth. They take a 1-point lead. Saints with one last shot. But this 46-yarder is no good. Talk about a thriller. Packers storm all the way back in their home opener. Love gets a victory in his first career start at Lambeau. And according to QB1, it was a complete team effort all the way through.
A lot of things weren't going right for us, and then to be able to turn around, start putting some drives together, and get some points, it felt great. You know, the energy in that stadium was awesome, and we got our fans going, and we got our team going. So I think that's exactly what we needed right there. The guys never flinched, and they showed out and showed up and made plays at the end.
No real time to celebrate, though. The Packers have a short week. They host Detroit for Thursday Night Football. Huge division game. These two teams are both 2-1. The winner will take sole possession of first place in the division. This one exclusively on Amazon Prime Video, so you have a few days to figure something out. This division clash is going to be must-see TV on Thursday. It'll be must-see TV the next time the Brewers take the field. Despite already clinching a playoff berth, Milwaukee still looking to clinch the NL Central after erupting for 16 runs in Friday night's win over the Marlins. The Crew then proceeding to come up short in back-to-back losses over the weekend. Their magic number to clinch the division remains at 1. Both the Brewers and Cubs off tonight, but Milwaukee opens up a 3-game set with St. Louis at home starting tomorrow. So a win or a Cubbies loss would clinch it for the Crew.
Get pumped.
Let's go.
And it'd be so much sweeter to do it at home. Of course, the Marlins were in the wild card hunt, so they have something to play for.
As well.
But even sweeter to do it against the Cardinals, who have had such a disappointing season.
I don't want to be a negative. I mean, I know we got to wrap, but that Brewers Cubs series probably won't mean too much for the Brewers, but it could, because they still haven't clinched yet. So obviously you want to do it before that series if you're a Brewers fan. So we'll see if they can.
Right, you are. Rob, thanks very much. We got more news right after this.
We know taking your child to the dentist can feel like pulling teeth, but at Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska, your child arrives with a smile and leaves with specialized oral care tailored to them. Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska, where we have big fun taking care of little teeth.
I'm going to say something I want you to think about. Wealthy people ask, how much? People who struggle with their money ask, how much a month? If you're borrowing for everything you purchase, you're buying everything on time, this can lead to a life of financial mediocrity. I think you deserve much better than that. If you'd like to learn more, give me a call at Firefighters Credit Union.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Scouting has helped them build confidence through problem solving, learning to cook over a fire, building a tent in areas that they don't always get exposed to.
It's not competitive. It really helps develop your son or daughter into a great human being.
This is a great opportunity for your child to get to know the outdoors, and there's so much that outside in nature can provide for our children, and having these experiences is what scouting is all about.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown raspberries, squash, crowd cabbage, popcorn, and large selection of apples. Hardy Mums are now in bloom and available at Jolivet's. Find distinctive crafts and decor, Wisconsin wines, take home some apple crisp, apple pies, caramel apples, and apple cider donuts from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
We know taking your child to the dentist can feel like pulling teeth, but at Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska, your child arrives with a smile and leaves with specialized oral care tailored to them. Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska, where we have big fun taking care of little teeth.
A Twin Cities attraction is transforming this fall. Every weekend until the end of October, Valley Fair will host Tricks and Treats. It's a family-friendly event they hope will appeal to your spooky side, no matter how old you are. Our Minneapolis affiliate shares how thrill seekers are getting a double dose of adrenaline there this fall.
The typical screams at Valley Fair have a new feel come Halloween time.
I just think it's fun to see it through kids' eyes again and just see the excitement of the tricks and the treats.
And these kids love two things.
That we get treats.
And when they're here,
Go on rides.
the park says combining these two is an idea so perfect, even this guy could think it up.
We really wanted to create something that, people that come and visit us in the summer can bring their entire family to, from grandparents to the little kids.
But it's not just rides and haunts.
And this is your I Want to Drink Your Blood. It comes with a strawberry puree syringe.
It's specialty drinks for mom and dad.
Our ultimate goal is to make people happy. That's why everyone comes to the park, to be happy. So us implementing that fun throughout the park with food and beverage, that's really our goal.
Oh, yes. I mean, you can't do Valley Fair without an adult beverage with little kids running around when you're just doing kid rides. And you need a little extra.
So bring your costumes.
Snow White.
And your family.
It's fun because they get to ride rides, we get to ride rides. There's plenty to do for them, and the parents get to have fun too, instead of just the kids.
Because much like the coasters, these thrills can pass by pretty quick.
Well, I'm sold. This is the second year Valley Fair has hosted Tricks and Treats. Greg's got one more check of your forecast next.
Get ready for the Fall Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on October 14th and 15th. Parking and entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Fall Gift and Craft Show.
Yes, can I help you? Nicolay? I've been doing this since Jimmy Carter was president in the 1980s. No, you don't need Nicolay. I can do it.
Oh, man. If they want the real Nicolay, they should get the real Nicolay. Thank you. Russell Nicolay here. Yep, we can help.
In a world full of choices, make sure you get the real Nicolay.
It's all right. It's okay. I understand. No big deal. No big deal.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Always know who's at your door with a smart video doorbell from Fight Electric. See live video on your phone or smart device from anywhere. Right now, only $49.99 after rebate. October is Fire Prevention Month, and Kidde Home Safety products help keep your family safe for when it matters most. Pick up a 10-year sealed battery smoke alarm for only $17.97 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi folks, Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. It all started with steel chainsaws 55 years ago. Wood Sales is now one of the largest family-owned and operated outdoor power equipment dealers in the Coulee region. We feature a large selection of products and services. Find Steel, Cub Cadet, Altos, Rambo e-bikes, Coyote tractors and implements, Valley forestry equipment, Central wood boilers, Green Mountain pellet grills. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family-owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
Get away in your home with new upholstery from Black River Furniture Outlet. Shop our huge inventory of Ashley sectionals, sofas, and love seats. Great discounts on recliners and reclining furniture with power features like adjustable headrest, heat, or massage. Customize your feel with best home furnishings. Go smaller or go the beast. Upgrade to power or change fabrics. And if you need a lift, shop our full line of lift chairs. Plus, try out our latest hybrid, gel, and all foam mattresses on a new adjustable base. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Get ready for the Fall Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on October 14th and 15th. Parking and entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Fall Gift and Craft Show.
All right, wet conditions through Wednesday, and then it warms back up to the 80s.
All right. Thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.